Sonic Team presents Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Genesis. Welcome back to my adventures in Sonic the Hedgehog, and we actually cover the main, amazing game that is Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, so happy. This was the first video game I ever really owned. I owned it through the Sega 6-pack, and I love this game so much. I don't want to say it's not as well regarded, but it's had so many sequels now that have improved on it that a lot of people don't really think too much of in this game anymore. It's still liked, obviously, but, you know, when you have Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and yeah, it's understandable that this would be a little forgotten, but this is still one of my favorites. I just love the level design, I love the looks of it, I love the enemies, and I love the music. Even though Green Hill Zone here is a little overplayed. I mean, we'll see Green Hill Zone many more times in the future, but that's okay. I actually spent so much time in this zone when I was a kid because I don't know, it was, well, I guess I do know, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But even for as many times as I've been here, I still love this zone. And I love this theme. Well, now the invincibility theme's playing. But I was gonna say I love the life theme was playing, but I love the invincibility theme. It was one of my favorite songs as a kid. I don't know why. And just blowing up Badniks here. Neutrons, Buzz Bombers, Motobugs, more Neutrons. I'm sorry, it's so great to see this. This is post-commentary, so it's not me playing it. Again, recording issues, lots of recording issues. I am not used to recording yet, obviously, but so I'm actually playing this on the Sonic Mega Collection. It was just recently the 15th anniversary of Sonic Mega Collection, and even though I own Sonic 1 for the Sega Genesis through the Sega 6-pack, I guess it's easier for me to play it here. I like playing with the GameCube controller. I actually like playing with the analog stick. I think that's actually not a common thing. And I'm sorry I'm taking so long in Act 1. Again, I just like this. I'm trying to get as many rings as I can. It's just, oh, this is so hard. Trying to get all these rings. I've seen people do it. Well, I think I've seen people do it. I can't remember right now, but it's still great. Trying to get everything you can and just seeing all the stage and seeing these other neutrons. I don't know. I just love the game too much. Oh, and we also have crab meats. And now we have the end of the stage. So, Sonic is past Act 1, and now we get to go to the special stage. And anyone aware of the game, obviously, has probably seen special stages before, but let's basically go into this. So, basically, it's kind of like a weird maze. You're constantly falling, and you're constantly trying to get up. And you can speed it up by hitting the up buttons. You can slow it down by hitting the down buttons. You can reverse the direction by hitting the R's. And while getting rings will help you get continues, mostly you just want to try and get the Chaos Emerald by breaking these weird little diamond things. I was trying to get the rings, was like, oh, I might fall out. Let me just grab the Chaos Emerald now. And yeah, I like pausing it just to show off, because unfortunately there's sprite flickering, so it doesn't always show off the emerald, so I paused it there just to make sure that it could be seen. Anyway, Act 2, and this act is where it gets a little tougher. Although it was mostly tough for me as a kid, because there's a particular part of the stage where if you go in with the mentality of run and gun, well, I shouldn't say run and gun, but you know, you're just running through it like crazy, you're gonna easily die. there's a part where you gotta be careful, and as a kid, I didn't realize that, and I always had to have my dad help me with it because I just didn't realize that just because Sonic's gotta go fast doesn't mean you shouldn't go slow. I remember when I was a kid finding out that secret there, and I loved it. But you don't have to jump that. You can also break through the wall. Fortunately, I'm not good at predicting how the momentum's gonna work. So, I went all the way back and ram! Rolled right into it. I think this is one of the only games in the Sonic series where the speed-up music is just the sped-up version of the background stage music. I like that, but I do like having specific speed-up music too, so... Either way, it's great. Ah, I missed you. Dang you. There we go. So, these badniks, unlike in the Game Gear version or the Master System version, actually let out little animals, because Robotnik is actually trying to capture all these animals to pilot his machines. I guess if you consider the Game Gear version as also canon, then he hasn't managed to capture all the animals, and the machines do pilot themselves on their own, but they don't work as well without having animals in them. But that's assuming you consider the Game Gear version canon, and it might as well be, it's just... Oh, look at that glitch. Yeah. Kinda weird. But yeah. Here's my, I don't know what you call that, a rolling down the hill trick? Yeah, let's call it rolling down the hill trick. So, yeah, here's the part. So, if you run too fast, you'll actually go through that, and between those spike pits is basically a bottomless pit, which will automatically kill you. Not a good thing. And unfortunately, there's a glitch in Sonic 1 where if you touch spikes, you will still take damage, so you can actually die from spikes even though you're not supposed to. It's an annoying glitch, and some versions of the game have that fixed, some versions don't. So you gotta be careful, depending on the version of Sonic 1 that you're playing. And there are a lot of versions of Sonic 1. I think I own 10 versions? Just because Sonic 1 is so easy to get a hold of. You can get it for Sonic Mega Collection, the Sega Genesis. You can get it for the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 3, Sonic Generations. Gosh, I'm trying to think of all the versions. There's plug-and-plays, there's collection consoles. It's a very common thing. Oh, bumpers. We will deal with you more in another stage. So I'll talk more about those there, if I remember. But, yeah. These are usually not... Surprisingly, even though this is the first special stages, they're not super popular. A lot of people don't talk about them, and I don't think a lot of people even like them that much. And, oh, that music notification we just got was the indication that we just gotta continue. Anyway, I obviously, as I was talking about, oh wait, hold on. Baby Sonic. He's a little Sonic. Me and my sister used to always call him Baby Sonic. He's cute. But it's just Sonic, really, just chibi. And we'll play as Chibi Sonic someday. But in the meantime, we have some awesome invincibility music to listen to as I wasted just grabbing rings like a dope. I really should have just been more aggressive. Both of the games I was just enjoying myself too much, because it had been a while since I played these. Even though I love these games, I don't really get to play them as much. There's so many games nowadays that it's like, how do you make time for them all? And that's part of why I like doing these My Adventures in playthroughs, is because it gives me a chance to go back to these games and play them again. Yeah. Oh, so that's a weird glitch, and I don't know if anyone knows the specifics of it, but sometimes when you play as Sonic and you jump, you don't curl into a ball. You do a weird jump where you're, you know, running in midair. It's interesting. I don't know what causes it, but it can cause you trouble if you're not being careful. Like, if I was doing it now, I would probably land on that Moto Bug and lose my shield, and I'd have to be starting over. But I like also trying to trigger it, too, and I usually have an easier time triggering it in Marble Zone, the next zone that we'll be going to. But before we go to that zone, we have to finish this zone. And before we do that, we've got to finish Act 3. Like I said, I used to have trouble as a kid, so I wouldn't always see this zone as much as I would see Act 1 and Act 2, but I did see Act 3 plenty. As a kid, I actually did have problems beating the game. I never officially beat the game until I got it for Sonic Mega Collection. And I will get into how far I got when we actually get to my stopping point as a kid. But that's another story. For the time being, let's finish this stage with the one and the only Dr. Ivo Robotnik. With his new mech, the Egg Ball and Hammer, or Egg Hammer Ball, or whatever it's actually called. It has a few different names, I suppose. But this is the most classic one. This appears a lot of times. But we beat it. We didn't actually need that invincibility, but it helps if you're needing it, I guess. And yeah, now we save the animals in this part of Green Hill Zone as well, so we can finally move on. And I will see you next time in my adventures in Marble Zone.